Sharon S., and welcome to the House of Witchcraft. I've been doing magic for a very long time now, and I'm so happy to open up my cottage to you. Come on in. Hello, House of Witchcraft family. I am so happy y'all are joining me today. And of course, to all you magical folks out there on YouTube, I'm so happy that you picked me to watch. I hope I'm able to give you some good information in the next couple of minutes. Today we're talking about something fun. Talking about things to put in sour jars. Sour jar is a form of conjuring. It is a cursing, baneful type magic. Obviously, you're souring something. You can choose to sour almost anything. Typically, sour jars are used to sour relationships, to dissolve, to move things away from each other. You can there's a sour jar for every reason. I'm going to start with good old-fashioned mason jar. Typically what's used, but you can use any type of jar you want to, all right? There are no rhymes or reasons to them. Now, when you start with it, make sure this is you want to cleanse it, consecrate it, and bless it. I know I just said that we're doing some baneful things, and all of a sudden I'm doing that. Think about it, though, witches. Think about it. You want to make sure that this sucker is completely neutral, clean of any other influences before you start putting your work into it, all right? You know, once you get your jar, the base ingredient for sour jars is typically urine, as in yours, pee in the jar, and or vinegar. You can do a combination of both, what you're feeling. And if this is a personal working where it's your business, then you may want to consider peeing in the jar because you really want to put you into it. Also, maybe spit in the jar, all right? And if you're working this for someone else, or if this is between other folks, then I would suggest using the vinegar or potentially using their urine, all right? Now, the whole idea of this is just basically foul and filth, all right? This is just, you want to put the ickiest, grossest, most obnoxious things that have that symbolism to you, all right? So what does that mean? That means that if you think spiders are the coolest thing in the hell and you love them, then you wouldn't use them to curse someone. But if you think spiders are the most horrific thing and it brings all that energy up in you, where it's a evil, bad, yucky energy, then you would put a spider in your jar. If you do not relate to the ingredient, if you do not feel it's foul and filth, then it's not going to work. You understand what I'm saying? Each ingredient has to have meaning to you. It has to have a visceral, you can feel it, energy, all right? When I put in little mini cucumbers for male impotency because I want it to stay little, all right? That's what I'm saying. All right, that is in there. That is a little bitty penis. It's a little bitty wiener. It's little. It shall stay little. That's the energy you're putting those ingredients. It's not about just going, oh. You got to work this, all right? And in my book, of course, shout out Crossroads Witchcraft in the ingredients. All right, I have a basic list of sour jar ingredients. And I purposely left it short because I really think that this is what you, like I was saying, you have to relate to each ingredient. You have to really feel it. It has to have the meaning why you're putting it in there. If you know that the person you're doing the working on is scared of spiders, then of course I would load this up with spiders. If you know their weakness, of course you're going to use it. You know? And so it's not just, oh, I need to put these ingredients because the book says so. you put the ingredients, the combination in according to the situation, and making sure that each ingredient has significance, all right? You know, if, you know, you want the person to have a shitty life, you may poop in there. Just saying, all right? And you can, there's, most ingredients, don't you just love that? Most ingredients, you can see why, like, you know, hot peppers. If I put hot peppers in there, it's because I want, you know, to be angry. I want you to be fighting, all right? You know, if I put lemon in there, it's because I want it to sour up, all right? You know, they have, and I like cloves because they're really good for domination. If I'm wanting somebody to do something, all right, you want to put pieces of broken glass in there typically. You want to put rusty nails that have been bent in there. The list goes on and on. And you can find that, you know, there's recipes all over. But ultimately, the recipe that's going to be the most powerful is the one that each ingredient you're using, you're relating to. And, you know, once you've got all your ingredients together, you also typically want to make sure you have a tag lock to these type of workings. A tag lock is either a personal item of the person or a piece of paper that has their name, date of birth, and you want their birth name as written on their birth certificate. But if they go by another name, you know, much more, that can use as well. Again, there are some people who would be like, no, it has to be the birth name. No, you can use the nickname, you know, or whatever. If you make the rules. If it's important to have their exact name, then that's what you need. If you feel that you've got a name that they're known by and you're good with it, then you're good. You can also get a picture of the person. And an old school conjuring is to get the dirt from where they've walked, their footprint is. Take a little scoop of that dirt, and you can use that as your tag lock. All right. There are so many different ways, and magical folk are creative. So this is about you being creative, taking the time and putting together something that is just straight up foul and filth. All right. Because that's what a sour jar is. You are wishing ain't nothing good coming of what that person did or whatever the situation is. All right, witches, I hope this inspired you. And you know I want to hear, what is your foulest, filthiest sour jar ingredient that you use? I want to know. So, of course, leave it in the comments below. And if you're liking what you're hearing, press the subscribe button. We've got a join button right beside it where you can support the House of Witchcraft. And if you really like what you're hearing, we have a Patreon area where we have virtual experiences where we get together once a week for witchy Zoom chats. We also do virtual full moons. We've got all sorts of amazing things happening here at the House of Witchcraft. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope you have as bright of a blessed day as I'm having. All right, witches, see you next time. Amen. Blessed be, Ashe, and Avopo.